Welcome back to Simply Greg's 3V, and you join us here today with one of the most unique and interesting electric vehicles on the market today, the 2026 Genesis GV60 Sport. Let's get into it and find out what it's all about. This is it. This is the 2026 Genesis GV60 Sport, built on the very famous eGMP platform. That means 800-volt architecture. It is finished in beautiful Tromso green, a color that gets a lot of attention and a lot of thumbs up. Highly, highly praised color, and I absolutely love it. I love green cars. I'm a big sucker for them. Dual motor, all-wheel drive, 429 horsepower. But when you press the boost button inside, and I dare you to, overboost function 483 horsepower. New for 2026, 84 kilowatt hour battery pack, up from the usual 77.4. That means slightly more range, 10 to 80% in roughly 18 minutes. We've already done the charging test on this, and I think it looks great. I think it looks great. It looks cool. It doesn't look like anything else on the road, and that's so nice to see these days when sort of everything is kind of looking the same, or usually in white, black, or gray. So it's nice to see a unique looking vehicle, and it's nice to see some color back on a car. You have really nice looking chrome accents here. You got this little angular finish here, this little quarter window up here. Looks great. Charge port is over here, and because we live in 2026, you have your NAX port or J3400. So that is always good to see. In terms of range, NRC Can rates this at 406 kilometers. Now, I know what you might be saying, that's not a lot of range, but you know what? This is an absolute charging monster. So I will take a smaller battery pack, a lower weight battery pack, if I have good charging at the end of the day. We're sitting on some beautiful 21-inch wheels with some massive brakes behind there. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I know what you also might be thinking right now. Well, it's on 21-inch wheels. The roads here aren't that great. Again, 2026, they did a lot of revisions to this vehicle. So you have updated dampers. However, one of the most interesting facts on here, because I do read the press sheets when they're sent to me, they have something called a motion control system or road preview camera that basically senses the road in front of you, and it's scanning for ruts and potholes in the road surface, and it adjusts the dampers to what the road is coming up. So it's trying to predict, hey, 50 meters ahead, it's not going to be as good. I'm going to soften it up or stiffen it up. There's a curve coming up. Really, really cool, clever technology. I love nerdy stuff like that. Also, again, for 2026, updated front fascia here, updated headlights, and again, at the back, we have updated rear fascia as well, from what you can see over here. And again, it looks absolutely fantastic. One thing I do like to point out, I wish there was a rear wiper, because sometimes it gets a bit hard to see, especially out of the two pieces of glass. And let's not forget, they are doing the Magma version of this, which is going to be even more crazy, because this is already fast enough. 0 to 60 miles an hour, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in about 4 seconds, which is plenty quick. Really nice looking vehicle. And I'll be honest with you, when I first drove one a few years ago, I didn't really like it all that much, but they've sorted out the suspension. They sorted out, I think, a lot of the looks. It looks really handsome, and it's really grown on me a lot. Absolutely fantastic job. And you know what? This is, again, one of those vehicles that I would have in front of my driveway, because I always do the house test. Just a lot of clever engineering, good suspension tuning, nice looks. And you know us on this channel, we love good range, high horsepower, fast charging EVs, and this absolutely nails that in that aspect. That is really good to see. In terms of efficiency, I've been driving it. I put about 400 kilometers on it already. I'm getting about 21 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is actually not bad considering the size of the wheel, But again, it is summertime now. Probably in wintertime, I could see that going up to like 25, 26, but still super efficient. And it has the usual battery preconditioning and obviously a heat pump, but just an overall great looking vehicle. What I think we're going to do is go inside the car now and check out this beautiful interior on the GV60. Let's go have a look at the interior of the 2026 Genesis GV60 Sport. And weirdly enough, we're starting on the passenger side. Normally we start the interior review on the driver's side, but one thing so many journalists have forgot to point out in the GV60 is this, and I'm always getting asked, how come you couldn't screw a part of the door? And well, what that is, that's basically an air freshener. You can go to your Genesis store, buy pucks that go inside of here, and you could put scents. It's an air freshener in here, super cool feature. A lot of journalists don't point that out, but I actually read the owner's manual because my wife was very curious about what that was, and so was I. Let's look at this beautiful door panel while we're here. I think Genesis does their interiors probably one of the best in the business. I'll show you that in a minute. Beautiful door panel, all high quality materials. The stitching lines up properly. You have your nice pleated door panel here. Again, really, really nice interior. No sharp edges on here. Very soft to the touch. Very nice. You have your Bang & Olufsen sound system. We'll talk about that in a minute as we'll go to the driver's side. But again, really, really nice interior here. Multiple power positions on your seats. Very comfortable seats, heated and cooled, ventilated, and just overall nice in here. There are 4 interior colors on here. This is obviously in white and gray. This is a beautiful spec. Let's go check out the driver's side. And now we're just coming up to the driver's side. Again, really, really nice door panel. You have your mirror select over here. This is to select your mirror positions, your seat memory. Obviously your window switches are here, physical buttons and switches. This is again, multiple power seating position. Seats super comfortable here, and again finished in this beautiful cream color white interior. And when we actually get inside over here, we'll just close the door up because it's getting pretty loud outside. High quality materials throughout the cabin. We'll just turn it on over here. We'll just go over here to the steering wheel. Drive mode select is over here. You have what I would say is quite a small steering wheel, flat bottomed over here, and just everything is very nice and laid out in here. Again, they're more of a hybrid setup because you have physical buttons and switches to go between your radio, media, navigation, climate control as well. Beautiful center display, or center console I should say, over here. One of the most unique features on the GV60 is this rotating ball here. This is your drive select. So we'll actually turn on the car now and it will rotate around and you could select your reverse, park, neutral, all of that. New for 2026, they went to a 27-inch OLED display over here. And a lot of people have complained about Genesis software to begin with. I mean, I find it's functional. It's easy to use, you know where everything is. And one thing I love that they added that we've touched on previously in other Genesis products is it's relatively all the same system, is manual battery preconditioning. I love when manufacturers do that because it's just so important to have manual preconditioning, and it will also do it through your navigation system. Again, just staggering how nice Genesis interiors are. I mean, look at it in here, how absolutely beautiful it is. Of course, you have your full panoramic roof as well that closes up. Just beautiful quality and beautiful fit and finish in here. No bangs, no rattles. Bang & Olufsen sound system, which sounds amazing. I really wish we could play music on the channel. 17 speaker sound system. And let's not forget, you also have the virtual gear shift. We'll talk about that later. I think that's a really cool feature, but I'm also a giant kid at heart sometimes. And of course, we have our famous boost button over here, which we'll touch on shortly on the road test. You have all your USB connectors down there. Those are all the charging adapters. Huge center console in here. Phone charger up here, as you see my notes on my arm, because that's a bit behind the scenes how we film videos here, so you know what I'm talking about. And I think what we'll do is we'll jump into the back seat. Just pop into the back seat now. Again, same high quality interior. Sound system in here is fantastic. This is actually set up for my driving on here, so it's set up for me. I'm a pretty big guy. We got plenty of room back here, nice and comfortable. We'll turn the camera around. We have some good headroom up here. I think this would be a very comfortable place to sit, and they have hangers for suits and clothes. That's been important with me lately as I've been going to more functions, but it's all very nice back here. And as you can see again, how beautiful that interior is at the front. I mean, come on, look how nice that is. Genesis these days, it's probably making the best interiors in the business, in my opinion. They're just taking the luxury to the next level. This is proper classic luxury and what it should be. If other manufacturers watch my videos, this is what you got to be doing in a luxury car, because this is just absolutely fantastic. I love driving the Genesis products because the seats are comfortable, the interiors are beautiful. It's just a nice place to sit after a long day at work, a long drive. It's just really nice in here, and you got more storage space down here and more USB-Cs, obviously, because that's how it's done these days. You won't find any, I don't think you'll find any USB-A in here. And what's interesting is they put the cup holders in the door cards as well, and you got more cup holders down here. And again, that beautiful panoramic roof. There's plenty of storage space over here for your bits and bobs. Let's go have a look at how big the actual cargo area is as I just jump out. And power tailgate, that will open up, and now you'll see all of my stuff inside. Plenty of room back here, cargo screen up here, lots of space. One thing, because this is a hatchback, you lose some of the cargo capacity because of the angle of the roof, but not a huge deal, as the seats, they do fold down if you have to put bigger items in the vehicle itself. You have all your manuals, tire mobility kit, and so on and so forth. And here, a little bit of storage there as well. We'll get this closed up over here. So what's the GV60 Sport like to drive? Very good. Pedal tuning is excellent. There's no lag in the pedal response, and it has a lot of power, which we shall see in a moment. But here, just driving on some nice quiet city streets, super smooth, super comfortable. And there's a lot of hidden features in here, such as it will play simulated engine sounds throughout the cabin, which I think is an interesting feature on its own. A lot of people have opinions on that, but it just drives absolutely nice, smooth, quiet, very refined, very opulent. And this is what I keep saying about Genesis products, is that they're very opulent inside. It takes you back to what a luxury car should be. And as I said, they've really focused on that luxury element. But in this one, they've also focused more on the sport element, which is fine by me. Let's see what the handling is like. We popped it into sport mode as we come up to this right-hander corner. And the suspension works amazing in here. We'll just pitch it into here. Very little body roll. Also very comfortable going over the ruts in the road. But yeah, everything's good, nice, calm and composed, and this is not a particularly light vehicle either, but the suspension calibration on here, they've done a fantastic job with it compared to the previous GV60. Really good job on that part by Genesis. No wallowing around, what I can feel. Even going over a bump in the road or an expansion joint or a dip, it doesn't dance around like it did before. Very composed, steering feel is great, and there's a good set of tires on here. It has the Michelin Sport all seasons, and yeah, absolutely good on that part. Fantastic on that end, super smooth and comfortable to drive, and just a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool features in here. There's a lot of cool tech. And accelerate, yeah, that's actually hurting my neck, and it's actually spinning up the wheels. That was pretty wild. Wow, I did not expect that much wheel spin, and we really weren't floored either. I didn't have my foot all the way down, and yeah, that hurt my neck. That actually hurt my neck on that one with the acceleration. Instant torque, instant power, smooth delivery. Wow, 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 absolutely fun. This is great. I love doing this. I love doing this. On the highway now, smooth, quiet, and composed. I checked it with my decibel meter. We registered around 66 decibels. Beautiful place to sit, beautiful place to go on a road trip. Beautiful vehicle to drive. Amazing power, amazing performance, great handling, beautiful interior. I wish we could actually go on a road trip and we had more time to film that, but unfortunately we don't. So what I think we're going to do now is we'll pull over and I'll give you my final thoughts on the 2026 Genesis GV60 Sport. What are my final thoughts on the 2026 Genesis GV60 Sport? I like it. It's grown on me a lot. I drove it a few years ago and I wasn't a huge fan, but the biggest difference for me driving it now is that they sorted out the suspension. It doesn't wallow around and it can actually go around the corner properly. So amazing job on that. But that's what you get with a facelifted or a refreshed vehicle all the time, is they really focus on the customer complaints in the beginning and then they fix them. Pricing, well, $84,500, but you get a lot of tech in here and you get a lot of luxury and you get stellar build quality. I can't keep talking about that enough. I know what you might be saying at your phone or your TV set right now, that there's other competitors on the market that are offering more range and faster charging times. Yes, there are. We haven't driven them yet, so I can't comment on those, but I still think this is a lovely package. I still think this is a great package for a unique looking vehicle. And that's what's so nice about it, is it doesn't really look like anything else on the road. I mean, especially in the Tromsø green. You have your usual 5-year warranty. You have your valet services included for 5 years. They come to your house and pick it up for servicing, and they bring it back to you from the service center. Connected services included. Just really nice overall package. And you know what, like I was saying, I got a lot of thumbs up driving this vehicle because you don't really see too many of them around, and you don't really see a lot of cars that are in such a cool color. EGMP platform is great, fast charging times, good efficiency, slightly bigger battery pack, as I mentioned, so you get a bit more range, but it's overall just a nice driving vehicle. I've driven pretty much all the EGMP cars at this point, and I would say this is actually my favorite. I didn't expect that going into it, but this has actually been my favorite EGMP car. So we'll leave it at that. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts? What are your